What's up, everyone? How's it going? Over here in the west of Himayama, we have CrackedyHere as our teal Dali Sultanate. Spawning in the east, we have Beasty as our yellow Malians. Just a little bit of a heads up. I am feeling a little, well, I'm still feeling sick, feeling a little bit better. So if I randomly mute my mic in the middle of a cast or conversation, just be known that I'm doing it to like clear my throat, basically. I'll be coughing a little bit. I haven't casted the last couple days because I just haven't really been able to. It's been kind of hard to hold conversations, so yeah. But I felt better this morning, so I decided to cast a couple games, and hopefully I don't sound too terrible to you guys, and hopefully there's some good games that are going to be casted. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be, delaying my recovery. So let's just get back into this for now. Beasty, very, very standard opener, and by that I mean it's the only real opener that the Malians have. 5 on wood, 1 on the pit mine, 6 houses around the pit mine, and then that's it. After that, rally everything over to food. Your passive gold is going to be more than enough to get you into feudal. You already just built 6 houses, so that'll put you at 40 pop cap, so you don't have to worry about that for a while. And yeah, you're pretty much good to go from there. Now for our Dali player, CrackedyHere, standard build as well. 5 on wood, 1 on mill, or no, 1 on mosque, 5 on wood. Turn that in, get your mill down, lumber, your mining camp, and that's it. 7-3, 7 on food, 3 on gold, and then just rally more onto food from there on forward. Both players playing very standard builds, extremely cookie cutter style, nothing out of the ordinary, and I don't mean that in a bad way either, of them playing a very cookie cutter or standard style play. Tower of Victory coming down for our Dali, and then we have the Monster Quarry. Villagers already getting split, already getting dragged off of food, forced drop off into wood. And this is gonna allow Beasty to start getting the military infrastructure up, and or start transitioning over into the ranches, into the cattle ranch, in order for him to be able to drop the Grand Fulani Corral in order to get into Castle Age. It's all dependent on what Beasty does. Like with the Malians, it's very reactionary, because if left untouched, then you just go into Fast Castle, Grand Fulani Corral, make a bunch of cows, do all that good stuff, and then you have so much wood, so much food and passive gold. You'll be able to just outnumber and outswarm a lot of people in, or a lot of different civilizations in Castle Age. So they have to react to what the opponent is doing a majority of the time. If Crackedy does decide to go more aggressive in the feudal age, then BC's gonna have to play accordingly. He's gonna have to do quick pivots here and there in order to actually keep up with the aggression that the Dali can do. Majority of the time, what the Dali like to do is Ghazi Raiders and Archers. Javelin Throwers, of course, are extremely good against ranged units. Blacksmith coming down. Oh, Blacksmith first before anything else. Okay. Oh, the villager was attempting to pick off one of those sheep. Unable to get there. 11 villagers on wood so far for Beasty, 7 on food, none on gold, of course. Villagers already starting to build the second pit mine with all the houses, 2 houses up. This is a small pit. Or this is small gold. He doesn't really have an easily accessible third gold either. Even the second one is a little difficult to defend, really. He could still build walls, all that good stuff there in order to defend it. Yeah, I really don't like that. Well, it's not like he doesn't have or it's not like he has a choice or anything. I just don't like the position, the RNG of the gold. Let's just leave it at that. Archer range coming down. Already have the stables. 2 Gauzy Raiders coming. Where are they heading towards? Straight towards the second pit mine. He knows that's where it's gonna be, because that's gonna be Beasty's only option. He can't really have it anywhere else. Dang, there's 3 wolves right here. Deborah. Dang. Take a poopy 3 freaking wolves right there. Cattle ranchers coming up already. First one finishing up. 3 cows out and about. You guys need to get inside of your ranch. There you go. Barracks up. Archer range coming up as well. Single villagers building that for our... That's a very, very tight wall that we have going on here as well. That's right up on it. Boar getting pulled by Beasty. Don't believe it's... Yeah, the boar's not going to be able to do anything. Nice, like, cute little play by Beasty. He should have known that it wasn't going to do anything, though. Still. Not sure why the Gauzy Raider is jacking up all the wolves. It's gonna go kill the third one as well. I guess he just doesn't want to hear the alarm bells going off later on. This is a really tight wall. That's solid wall. Solid wall. Like it. I like it a lot. Blacksmith coming down as well for our Malian player. We have 1 archery range, 1 barracks, no stables, 2 Gauzy Raiders out, third one underway, 5 archers, 2 more in production. Beasty sitting on 4? Yeah. I didn't know if this Donzo was going to get picked off or not. 4 Donzos, 2 javelin throwers, and his scout, of course. 2 archers building up the walls over here. Nothing too out of the ordinary for either player. The Dahlia is doing what the Dahlia is supposed to do, which is wall up the sacred sites and capture them. The Malian is supposed to be doing what the Malian does, and that's building the cattle ranches. He has a little bit of a military force. It's 14 to 10. Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. Nice attempt. These Gauzy Raiders, one of them is going to be going down. No. Nice micro by Crackedy there in order to save it. The Scholar is still here as well to start healing it up, and it will be doing so immediately. 16 military for Crackedy, 10 for our Malian Beasty, 10 archers, 3 Gauzies, 2 scholars, and a scout for our Dali player. He has control of both the sacred sites, so that's going to be a decent amount of passive gold coming through as well. Second archery range coming through for our Malian. Not too bad. Like, both players have put themselves in a decent position right now. I'd like to see a little mini farm transition coming through from Crackedy, like 2 or 3, and that's it. Like, he doesn't have to go full-fledged right now. I would just like to see a couple. He is moving out. Crackedy is moving out. Gonna start securing up these deer as well. Yeah, like, just put down 2 or 3 farms, just so he doesn't have to really worry about it too much, and then he can start his farm transition a little later. Oh, 1 second. Oh yeah. Okay. where was I was in the middle of a train of thought. 2 barracks, 2 archer ranges for Beasty. 8 minutes until Sacred Side victory. I really doubt that's gonna be the actual win condition, even though I would like to see it. Up here on the northern Sacred Site, he could put down like 2, yeah, he could have put down like 2 towers, 3 towers, just to make it that much more annoying for BC to try to break it down. He Crackedy was hovering about 400 or 500 wood, was floating at about 400 or 500 wood for some reason. He is getting rid of some of it little by little, but yeah, like 2, 3 outposts up here with arrow slits on it would be pretty annoying for our Malian player, for sure. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do it with just 1 or 2 Donzos or melee units. He would actually have to move a decent amount of his military in there in order to be able to recap it, and it also buys our Dali player time in order to get there with the rest of his military in order to defend. As of right now, we have 38 workers for Crackedy, 50 military for him as well. Beastie sitting on 40 workers, 29 military. Crackedy should be pushing out though with the amount of military he has. 30 archers, 9 crossbows. Where'd those come from? In feudal age. 9 spears, 10 Ghazi Raiders, 4 scholars. Like, he could push out. He could do some really strong damage, like some really heavy damage. Oh, the Ghazi Raiders up north are going to be able to find a gap in the wall before it finishes. Nice reaction from Beastie. He does notice it. Neither player has lost a villager at the moment. These Ghazi Raiders are going to start focusing down the houses. It is actually going to supply block our Malian player as well. 79 out of 80 at the moment. Donzos are going to most likely be able to pick 1 Ghazi Raider off. Yes, they do. Good job, Donzos. I would have, like, I don't know why Crackedy isn't pushing on a different angle as well, like multi-prong harass this. He could have easily flanked too. Knowing that all of the military for our Malian player was up north, he could have easily went in there with his and flanked him. 66 military for Crackedy, 45 for Beastie. 25 Donzos, 21 javelin throwers, and we are going to be getting a few units getting picked off. That's a lot of archers. The main thing that this is going to come down to is how well does Crackedy control his archers compared to Beastie's javelin throwers. Because there aren't that many Donzo. There's 23 Donzo, and Crackedy is sitting on, I say not too many, but that's 23 freaking Donzo. That's actually quite a few Donzo. The main thing is Crackedy is sitting on 41 archers, so he'll be able to clear through the Donzos fairly quickly. But what does Crackedy do after that? Does Crackedy just keep pushing? It doesn't look like he's going to do anything at all, though. That's the main issue. Like, Crackedy needs to apply pressure. He's sitting on 76 to 44 military. He has a 32 military lead, and he's not doing anything with it whatsoever. So I don't understand the purpose of going so heavy into the military if you're not gonna use it. Like, yeah, he's going into Castle Age now, so go into veterancy, make them stronger, but you're also allowing the Malians to go into veterancy or going into castle, which means you're going to allow them to get their veterancies, you're going to allow them to get their +2s, and not only that, I truly believe that the Malians have a way better Castle Age than the Dali do. Like, the Dali are just the Dali are strong. The Dali do have a lot of good situational presence. But when you're going castle against castle, like you can't really hold your own against the Malians. Especially now that we're seeing poison tipped arrows coming through, veterancy's coming through, +2 is coming through for Beasty, all along everything right now. Like the power spike that the Malians get in castle is absolutely huge, and we might be getting our second first real fight. Yeah, the first one, the other one didn't count. Wololo gonna be attempting to go off right now. It should be getting canceled off. There's a decent amount of javelin throws. Never mind, Beasty is gonna just micro himself backwards away from it instead of doing the focus, because it wasn't really hitting anything. The front line for both players is pretty much diminished. But now we're getting the man-at-arms for our Dali player moving in against nothing but archers and javelin throwers against the mass archer ball of our Dali. And now the archers for our Dali player are moving away. The Ghazi Raiders in the back are going to be doing a significant amount of damage as well. How many villagers have went down? 6 total for Beasty. Javelin throwers and archers are stutter stepping at the best that they possibly can. 54 to 45 workers, and now the javelin throwers are getting a little bit of assistance from the outpost behind the wall. Decent harass behind all of this for our Dali player as well. 2 minutes till sacred victory, and Beasty is sitting so far behind right now. Not entirely sure what is going on. Man, yeah, not entirely sure what's going on with him in the back of this. Like, I could have sworn I saw him building an outpost or something up here. That must have been just a complete figment of my imagination in that case. This is looking very, very good for our Dali player though. Like, absolutely amazing. Beasty has, what is it, 47 villagers against oh, sorry about that. I thought I muted my mic fast enough. We have 58 villagers against 48 at the moment. 10 villager lead for our Dali, 10 villagers killed for our Dali as well. 55 villagers, or 55 workers to 53 military to 64. Beasty does get a huge lead in military count, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. The castle spike for the Malians is just absolutely insane. There's so many archers, so many poison tipped arrows. He has the javelin throwers tanking for him as the Musafati warriors and archers are just filtering in, streamlining in from home onto this sacred site in order to stop it. There are villagers for our Dalis coming in from behind in order to start trying to tank some of this damage as well, try to postpone the sacred victory neutralization. They are not going to be able to, and so many units are going down, so many villagers are going down as well. That's a lot of villagers. I think that's about 10 or 12 villagers have died for our Dali player. And as I said, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier though. Crackedy had a huge lead in feudal, but for some reason decided not to do anything. He had like a 32 military lead at one point in feudal, and he didn't do anything with it. He could have easily crushed Beasty, but instead he went into castle. Instead he decided to postpone his attacks until he got veterancy, until he got his +2s, and it was all for nothing. Beasty hits Castle H as well, gets his veterancies, Musafati warriors, gets his poison tipped arrows, and then there's nothing that our Dali player is able to do from there on out. This is absolutely terrible for our Dali player, for CrackedyHere. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he calls GG pretty soon, because yeah, There was nothing left for him to do. There really wasn't. GG gets called. Game goes to our yellow Malian player, Beasty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully my sickness didn't ruin the cast too much. And I'll see you next time.